So my name is Andrea, and I did Democritus as my philosopher. Some background information about him: he was born in Abdera Thranes, which is in Greece, and he was born around 460 BC. He was a pre-Socratic philosopher. He had two brothers named Herodotus and Damascus. He was known as the father of science, and people always called him the laughing philosopher. He was influenced by philosophers like Aristotle, Epicurus, and he was influenced by Leucippus, which was one of his teachers, and Anaximander. Some of his theories and thoughts: he was one of the first humans to deny that every human has an individual soul which survives after death. He invoked no creator. He didn't believe in God. He was an atheist. The most important contribution he contributed to science was the atomic theory, and that the universe contains a void. The atomic theory. So his teacher Leucippus came up with the big cosmology, which attributed to him coming up with the atomic theory. The atomic theory is basically the belief that everything is composed of atoms, that they're physically but not geometrically indivisible. Also, that empty space lies between the atoms. They're also indestructible, and that atoms have and will always be in motion. Reality and how it correlates. So he thought since movement is an observable phenomenon, that there must be a void. So the void is conceived of the void is basically a vacuum with an infinite amount of space in which moved an infinite amount of atoms, making up the physical world. So basically what he means is that the only things in reality that exist are atoms and the void, and that all atoms are composed of the same eternal atoms. So basically we're all composed of the same thing, and everything else, like the universe, is composed of the same thing. So what he means is that he basically means there's no afterlife, and that consciousness doesn't last, that by chance we were created with a consciousness out of all the atoms, and that to live life efficiently and smart, because you only get one, basically, and be happy and make decisions wisely, and that after death we'll just be the same atoms that we were created of. And this is one of his quotes. It says, "Nothing occurs at random, but everything happens for a reason and by necessity." That's one of his quotes. And that's it.